Hello Reformers and welcome to Black Desert Online Remastered. Today we're going to be having a look at the new Archer class which was just released, and if you'd like to check out the game there is a link in the description. This video was kindly sponsored by the developers. Alright, so I've been tinkering with the character creator for quite a bit of time now, and well, if you've seen some other people's creations, then you will know that there is a huge amount to do here. It is absolutely crazy the amount of options you have. You can tinker with basically everything about your character. And there is a beauty album in the game, and if I actually just show you very quickly what's going on here, this basically is an index of character created, well, characters, player created characters, that's what I mean. And you can see here all of them, every single one you can see here, and you can actually use these yourself if you so desire. You know, if you want to do something like celebrity, for example, then you can do Zelda. Yes, you can actually play as Zelda, you can play as Ganondorf, you can play as Link even. Well, a lot of Zelda people here, apparently, and yeah, there's a number of others, and you can imagine the amount. You can imagine the amount of pages that there are here, and it is insane, the amount of things people can do. And there's even top ranking and author ranking and all that sort of thing, and you can even go for ugly if you so desire, and yes, you can do all kinds of crazy stuff with it. Anyway, we are done with our character. I don't know whether it's ugly, I don't know whether it's amazing, but it's my character.
Are you awake? These are the memories of the forgotten world. Sorry, but you should have known better.
Alright, so here we are. We have loaded into the game world, and we're feeling a little bit groggy, aren't we? Yeah, we're feeling a bit groggy. So join me as we progress through the small little beginner area here, because obviously I'm a bit of a beginner when it comes to Black Desert Online. I haven't really played a huge amount of the game, and what better way to come in to the world with a 7-day trial. And that's exactly what you can get if you click on the link in the description. There's a 7-day trial and you can try out the game for free, and then you can have a good old grand fun time running around all groggy like I am. And yes, as you can see, we can move around, and personally I have been having a lot of fun. I've actually already made an archer and I've just been playing around with it, and I don't know if every other class actually feels exactly the same as this. I mean, obviously it won't, because there's different classes, different ways of playing and everything, but the archer itself is so fun. It is just so fun to play. Anyway, we're going to take a look here, and personally, I absolutely love the mobility system in the game, both in combat and out of combat. And while I have played Black Desert Online before, it was many years ago, and well, I'm very, very excited to see what has changed in that time, as well as, of course, experience an entirely new class. So, let us move to the destination. There we go. I have moved to that destination. Fantastic. And we can also move over here and pick up something useful. Yes, there we go. We actually did get some potions. Now, to get some quests from our little friend here, you can actually speak to him by using the comma on your keyboard, and then you can speak to him, and he will now tell us a little bit about where we're going next. It's to speak to this fellow. I see that you're finally awake. I am Aiden, the explorer. I found you out cold over there and brought you here. What's that? How do I know who you are? Well, this is awkward. A traveler who does not remember anything. You look lost and confused. You're in Belenus, at the Western Guard camp to be precise. I don't know what happened, but you're safe here. We gained some experience. I thought you were an adventurer or a mercenary. I knew you weren't a farmer because you weren't dressed like one. Perhaps you'll remember when you recover. Go and find Instructor Armstrong. He's very knowledgeable when it comes to combat skills. He's also quite generous, so he'll help you out with whatever you need. Alright, so we're gaining some experience as well, and a little bit of cash. And now, here's the cool thing. Apart from, obviously, all of the amazing combat skills that we are going to get into in just a second, but this, auto-run, the auto-run function is something that you don't really see that often in MMORPGs, and it's really nice to actually have it here, because if I can just press T, this is not me doing this. I am not touching the keyboard whatsoever while this happens, and if you are like me and a bit lazy, then this is a perfect feature. Anyway, let's get going and speak to Instructor Armstrong, and we are going to skip through the conversation here just because I want to get to the skills. So we have a crossbow and also a great bow and all kinds of other bows, and we will be using them. Okay, so we've got basic attacks, classic basic attacks right there, and then of course we have glide as well. Glide is kind of like a little slide, I guess you could call it. And then we have gaping darkness, which is this. Yes, it is pretty crazy in my opinion. And then we have things like that, Radiant Explosion and Low Sweep, and all these other amazing things, and we are hopefully going to be able to use them to good effect. There we go, Great Bow of Light. And then we can also do Low Kick and all kinds of crazy stuff, and hopefully we will be able to test this out against some actual enemies very, very soon, once I get past the training. Now bear in mind that I am actually playing on a server right now that is known as a growth server, and this server has 100% increased experience. So if you're like me and impatient and lazy, you know, because of the obviously about the auto run function, that's pretty amazing, then you're going to be leveling up much faster too, and we are already level 6. And now for something completely different. We have entered some area, and this is a hidden area that you can enter by talking to a mysterious NPC in the beginning training area, and then you get to fight off against a couple of these fellows, which are kind of menacing, but you can see here the mobility that the archer has at his disposal. He is able to dodge and weave and very easily avoid damage. And hopefully we'll be able to do that. And of course we have a number of other skills as well, which I will hopefully be able to use to good effect. And there we have it. Nice. Alright, so that guy's obviously going to be a bit of a recurring enemy by the looks of things, and so we are going to have to move through here. He fled again down to the underground. What a nuisance. I can sense his aura at the end of the corridor. Alright, let's do this. Where is he? There he is. Okay, we have a bunch of them. Thankfully, my shots do tend to be a little bit on the AoE side, so we can do massive damage to multiple opponents. Is he, Ah, there we go. He's ready to be killed now. Fantastic. Oh, is that him dead? Yes, that is him dead. Fantastic. Okay, so I actually took a lot of damage right there. I mean, it may not seem like a lot, but when I first ran through this on my main archer, then I didn't actually take that much damage at all. And now it is time to speak to the mysterious NPC. What in the world happened to you? Memories of the beginning. You look exhausted. Did you say you saw a long corridor full of despair and fought a creature holding a great spear? I'm guessing your combat skills have returned. This is the most I can do for you with my powers. You must start all over again to recover lost memories. One thing I'm sure of is that you came here with a purpose. Don't look so hopeless. Soon enough, your memories will return. We shall meet again when all of your memories have returned. It is your fate to carry on with the daunting journey. And we are gaining a little bit of experience there. Now, personally, I'm a big fan of putting players into situations where they have to fight against slightly stronger opponents, you know, opponents that are kind of menacing looking, because it makes you have that kind of cool 1 versus 1 or 1 versus many experience that you sometimes miss in MMOs. And that's exactly where Black Desert Online, at least for me, I personally feel like it does it really, really well, because many of the class's skills, at least the archer class, and I'm pretty sure quite a few of the other classes, they do tend to have some very nice AoE abilities and capabilities of dispatching multiple foes with just a few clicks or just a few presses of a button or whatever control scheme you want to use, because obviously Black Desert Online you can actually play with controller as well. I'm using a keyboard and mouse at the moment, however. Anyway, as you can see here, we now have to deal with some imps, and this is going to be kind of amusing, as you can see, oh, the sheer amount of damage that we are able to deal here. Here we go. Oh, that wonderful critical. Yeah, so you do actually get attack bonuses for attacking from behind. You also get attack bonuses from dealing damage when your opponents have been downed, basically. So if your opponents are on the floor and you perform a down attack, in other words, a downward attack like a Radiant Explosion, which is what this is, that's a Radiant Explosion right there, then they will take extra damage as far as I'm aware. Obviously, as I say, I've only learned a little bit about the game so far, and I'm just intrigued to learn more and more about it as I go. So hopefully I'm explaining things relatively well, but obviously I'm sure there are a couple of veterans out there, and if you do have something to add, then by all means leave it in the comments, and it can help out people that are thinking about trying out the game, and yeah, maybe doing the 7-day trial and seeing what's up with the game. Anyway, there we go. That is the group of imps done. And we will be able to now return back to where we came, just by pressing T. Now, as luck would have it, this game does tend to be pretty automatic when it comes to your skill learning. There are a couple of skills, well, there's actually many skills to choose from, of course, but many of your basic skills will automatically be learned, so you don't need to go to a trainer or anything like that, which I think actually is a pretty nice way to do things, so that you don't have the leveling experience or the story experience slow down at any point. Anyway, let's speak to Jarrett here. Jamie? Oh, you're referring to that man that was assigned to guard the Westgate area where there are hardly any imps? Well, his loyalty is worth something, but why are you asking about him? Are you lost? You look like a wanderer. Were you expecting fanfare over defeating a few pathetic imps? You're going to have to do much more than that to earn my trust. Ah, I know where you can start. Talk to Devane at the South Gate. He'll have something for you to do.
Are you planning on picking up gold coins following me? I knew this was...
Yes, she is. She is very, very sassy indeed, and we very much appreciate that. Or do we? Maybe. Anyway, we are now going to speak to another fellow. Another cool thing that I have not actually yet touched upon is the fact that you can claim rewards every time you do something in Black Desert. So in other words, if you log in every day, you can get a reward. You can, obviously, when you get an archer to level 15, which I actually have a level 19 archer, I think, or something like that. Anyway, I can claim these things. It's basically gold bars, which you can exchange for silver, as far as I'm aware. And silver is kind of like gold in other games where you can spend it. It's just in-game currency, basically. And then you can also earn loyalties and things like that, so I'm going to be claiming these things. And what do these actually do? Currency that can be used to purchase items in the loyalty shop. Oh, okay, so that's pretty cool. Otherwise, what else do we have here? Skill point. Oh, very nice. Give me that skill point. Oh, well, maybe I actually want something else. Sends mail attached with a gift to a family who has helped or given a recommendation. Oh, okay. What is this? Dim magic crystal. Transfusion can be performed by the Black Spirit. You know what? I'm just going to take a skill point, I think. Can I not just take that? Or do I have to pick something here instead? Oh, gathering, fishing. You know what? I like fishing, so let's do that. Daily Blood Frenzy, we have to pick something from this as well. This is more for PvP, by the looks of things. I'm not a big fan of PvP in general, but if you are wanting to do that, then I think you can. I think this is to do with PvP at the very least. Or maybe it's just combat experience. I think it's just combat experience. Okay. Well, that's good for me. You do not meet the reward criteria? Why not? Ah, for characters between level 15 and 56. Ah, sad. Oh well, never mind. Hopefully when we are level 15, which will be pretty soon, I think, we will be able to do that. Ah, militia weapon box. Oh yes, give me that. That is going to be something very, very nice. A new weapon is always very, very welcome. As you can see right here, we have a militia crossbow. I'm going to be equipping that. Going to be equipping my rebar shoes. And then, as you see here, you can exchange the gold bar for 1 million silver to a storage keeper. I don't know how much 1 million really is. I'm sure it's not that much, but I think it's pretty good. Anyway, let us move on and defeat some wolves. Speaking of wolves, they're actually not even that far away. So let me get into battle here and do a little bit of something. Now, bear in mind, in Black Desert Online, you need knowledge to be able to see things, and I'm talking about analysis and, you know, see various stats of your opponent, in other words, their HP. If you do not have the amount of knowledge required, like, for example, I don't have the amount of knowledge required to see the HP of these wolves, so I basically have to fight blind. So if you do want to get more knowledge, well, there's a simple solution. You just have to defeat more of that enemy. Alright, so we've arrived at our next quest location, and we have to speak to this quartermaster, huh? Oh my. Help! Somebody help me. Please, spare me my life. I'll give you whatever you want. Save me. You're not a tree spirit? When did that give me away? When did he notice that I was not a tree spirit? Who knows? Anyway. The cowardly quartermaster. Oh, Duvain? Oh boy. I thought I was being ambushed by the tree spirits. Phew. Don't even get me started. They offer me a lot of money, so I even stopped trading with Lark to come out here. Who would have thought that even with Cliff assigned here, we would still be encircled by monsters? Please help me, adventurer. If I fail to deliver these supplies again, I'll hit rock bottom. Alright, so he actually did give me... Did he give me a chest? Not entirely sure. Ah, it seems like the Black Spirit is now talking to us. Listen closely. Unfortunately, the Black Spirit does seem to want to appear in, well, locations that may not be the best, but it's alright, we can still hear it. Anyway, do you hear the loud noises around you? There are a bunch of small evil tree spirits nearby. I think the tree spirits that the quartermaster is afraid of are the ones making all the noise. I sense hesitation. Don't tell me you're afraid. Don't worry, those creatures will be easier to deal with because they're as small as me. Huh? Oh, I wasn't always this small. I was far more powerful before. Well, hopefully our little spirit is going to gain some power as we go through here. Anyway, let's see what I can do about these guys. I don't have enough knowledge to see their HP, so obviously that's a bit of an issue. And as you can see, there is some majestic fighting going on. And if you are certainly one for ranged combat with high mobility, then I feel like the archer is certainly going to be a class that you will enjoy, because I'm just using my regular attacks right here. I'm not actually doing anything special, but the class is just giving me a huge amount of options. And I can imagine for someone that is a little bit, a little bit better, in terms of, maybe a little bit more practice at the game, because obviously, as I say, I'm more of a beginner at the moment, then you're going to have, oh yeah, so many options, so many offensive options and capabilities here, because you obviously do have low sweep, you have kicks, you have all kinds of crazy abilities for you to use. And there's even Bolt of Radiance, which I'd like to use right now. Look at that. Whoa, that was some damage. That was some damage. Okay, I'm going to try and use it again if I can. Can I use it again? It seems like there might be a bit of a cooldown on that, unfortunately. Ah, there we go. We gained some knowledge with the young tree spirits now, so if I fight more young tree spirits, which obviously I'm not going to at the moment because there's not really any need for me to do that any further, but if I were to, then I would be able to see their HP now instead of not. Anyway, I'm going to try and find some immature tree spirits because we still need 2 of those. There's actually one up here. Ah, there's one. This is the last one we need. There we go. Oh, that was easy enough, wasn't it? Anyway, now I can put away my bow and press T. Alright, so before we get into any more questing and any more monster dispatching, I just wanted to take a look at the skill tree of the archer here, because you can imagine how extensive it is actually going to be. Anyway, I have Grace of Sylvia here, which is going to permanently increase my critical hit rating by 1%. You can get a couple more points in that, as you can see right here. We're going to actually advance that as much as I can. I do only have, at the moment, 13 skill points maximum, so we're obviously going to be gaining some more skill points as time goes on. And we, of course, do have the basic abilities that will upgrade themselves as we level up. And you can see here that most of my abilities at the moment are C rank. There are some that are A rank, but obviously these are less to do with actually attacking and more to do with mobility. And we also have Vine Cutter here. Oh, this is... Whoa, okay. That is definitely something that I'm going to have to use. After Ascending Spirit. Ascending Spirit, down an F, can be used with crossbow. Alright, I'm actually going to try and use this combo, and that's the cool thing about Black Desert. It has a combo-based combat system, and so you are able to capitalize, and better players are obviously going to take full advantage of this. Also, have you ever noticed how beautiful the game actually is? Because I, obviously, in many MMORPGs, do tend to get a bit, well, shall we say, blindsided. Well, not blindsided, but I tend to have the blinkers on, basically. So I tend to ignore all of the really cool-looking environments and the characters themselves as well, in favor of gameplay, questing, and so on and so forth. But it is amazing to just look at the character that you've spent, well, either seconds, minutes, or many, many days creating, and, you know, just seeing it in the actual game world, because it's fully rendered. It's fully rendered in such an amazing style. I was actually taking a look at my character here while I was just running around practicing a couple of combos, and I got attacked by a wolf, which was kind of amusing, just out of nowhere. And yeah, I thought, hey, you know what? I should probably mention how beautiful the game world actually is. I mean, you can see that. Hopefully you can see that. But I just recommend trying out the game for yourself, just to see the actual splendor, because you're not going to see the full quality through a video. And on top of that, well, there's actually a remastered graphics option. So every single texture has been remastered and upscaled and all kinds of other, you know, stuff done to it. And anyway, we're going to be speaking to this fellow. Here's the quartermaster. I can hear the sound of wood splitting all the way from here. Oh, it was you? Impressive indeed. Thanks to you, I was able to get out of that bloody place safely. It's all thanks to you. Whew, that was a close call. Yeah, there we go. Do you mind helping me again? The princess will not be pleased to see me. Everyone in Serendia knows how ill-tempered she is. Oops. Please forget everything I just said. I'll be whipped for what I said if Roig finds out. Please inform the princess that the supplies were successfully delivered, please. Yes, well, sure, why not? We will take pity upon the poor fellow, will we not? Anyway, yes, I think that's absolutely fine. There we go. All right. So now we can report back to Jarette, and we can let her know about the situation. I don't know whether we're going to be telling her about the quartermaster and what he said, but let's hope for his sake that we don't. Wait, why are you here? Where's the quartermaster? Butler, find the quartermaster at once and bring him to me. You know Aiden, he's the one who went to study the artifacts. My butler told me that Aiden was the one that brought you here. I employed Aiden because I need someone to investigate something for me, but I have still not heard a single word from him. Something is not right. At this rate, black stones might be discovered somewhere else. What if Jordine is disappointed? He might... Huh? What are you still doing here? Hurry up and go. Go find the black stones and bring them to me. Yes, I will do just that, princess. Thank you. And, yeah, oh, there we go. We actually gained a gold bar from that. Very nice indeed. Okay, so now we can make our way onward. And thankfully, the developers are kind enough to give a speed boost at the end of that particular quest so that you can get a little bit quicker to the next location. Oh, it looks like we have found the destination of our quest here. What do we need to do here, though? Aha, hello there, soldier. Let us speak to the random soldier. Halt. Civilians are prohibited from entering this area. What's that, Princess Jarette? Don't worry, you're not the only one. This is the ancient stone chamber, one of Belenus' ruins. You can look around all you want, but please, no silly behavior inside. Explorers? Ah, you mean Aiden and those people he brought. You'll find them inside the cave. The cave is right here. Well, I think I could kind of see that. Thank you very much, soldier. I'm not a complete nincompoop, although, well, let's not go there. Let's not go there, shall we? Anyway, we're going to be making our way inside and speaking to Aiden, and hopefully he will be able to appraise us of the situation, and we will be able to tell the princess what is actually going on. Ah, look what we have here. We have our mysterious NPC that transported us, or at the very least our conversation ended up in me being transported to that other world, and we have Aiden here. So let's speak to him. What brings you here? Seems like you fully recovered. Did Princess Jarette send you here? Well, I had no idea it was this urgent. Did the Grand Chamberlain, Jordine, say that... I understand. We'll do our best to pick things up. I think you should leave now. Excavations are always dangerous. Is he trying to get rid of us? Are you serious? Alright, well, thank you very much. Oh, what's going on? Wait, are you already planning to go back? We're not done here yet. Let's take a better look at these mysterious ruins. Do you feel that? The artifact is trying to pull us closer. It feels like it's from ancient times, but somehow feels very familiar. Right, so what do we need to do? Find out more about the artifact. The energy emanating from this artifact and that of the Black Spirit feel very similar. Oh, okay, let's approach the ruins then.
Look at this.
Huh? There's something wrong with the artifact. Is it because of this traveler here?
You are infected, possessed with dark energy.
But it's not awakened yet. So, tell us anything you might know about the black energy. You must rid yourself of all those visions.
Aiden, stop. He seems unstable.
I'm not entirely sure what to think as a result of that. I'm thinking to myself, oh, is the Black Spirit good or is it bad? I don't know.
Experience will show you the way.
Right, okay, well, let's see what else we have here. It looks like the Black Spirit has found a new companion. Have you experienced any hallucinations lately? Well, no, funny you should mention it. The first mention of those possessed by the Black Spirit was found in the records regarding Edena. Ever since this discovery, yes, there have been several other similar records. Also, we've recently discovered more records regarding... Oh, yes, thank you. Well, I'm going to accept that. Thank you. Alright, so now we have to learn a little bit more about the Ancients, but I think I'm going to leave that for you if you potentially want to check out the game. And if you would like to check out the game, there is a 7-day free trial through the link in the description. And, well, I'd recommend checking it out. I would definitely recommend checking it out. It's a huge amount of fun to get into the combat with the various classes. If you don't like the archer class, then there are 16 other classes for you to try out. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.